back to the Cool Kids podcast. I'm your host, Kev Salvatierra. This is a podcast where I talk to everyone about everything. The wonderful music you're hearing right now is by the wonderful Yotam Perel. Please check him out on Spotify, Bandcamp, and YouTube. And, without further ado, I'm just going to start this episode because it's a good time. It's a good, fun time. Fun, good times. Extra long, fucking fun times. All right, let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cool Kids podcast. I'm your host, Kev Salvatierra, and today we got ourselves a very special guest, a very special person in my life. Like I said, I always say this with every person that's on the guest, but, as you can see, she's a little bit of a fucking goofster, a little bit of a goofball trying to fucking mock me, but... Other than her being an absolute fucking fuckwad goofball, she's actually one of the most amazing people that I've managed to meet in my entire life. And there really isn't much to say about her because she's gonna say everything about herself, I know for a fact, in just like the entire episode, because she's honestly a very wonderful, great person to talk to, and I'm very happy to have her. Here I have my good old friend, Charlie. Charlie.
Yes, Charlie.
Mm-hmm. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm living the absolute dream here, so.
That's great. That's gonna be the very first topic because there's something very special about the way that you live, Charlie. There's something very interesting, and it's something that I feel that a lot of people kind of have like this preconceived notion in their head that they want to live the type of life that you live right now. And I feel that a lot of young people take a lot of inspiration, I know I do, from like the way that you're living right now, because I think it's just so very cool and not to be pun intended, down to earth, right? Because how long have you been living this life? You've been at a farm,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
In the middle of the wilderness of Quebec, the true Canada, the Quebecois.
Wait.
How long have you been living this? What would you call this life? I think that's a good way to start it.
What would I call this life? I mean, I'm a volunteer. A lot of people would say a woofer because I found this placement through WOOF. Do you know what WOOF is?
I have no idea what WOOF is.
You know what? I don't even actually know what it stands for. WWOOF. It's a site. You find organic farms to volunteer on through it. So, anyways, but I guess I'm just an organic farm volunteer. But it's so much more than that. So, that's what you can call me.
There's a lot of shit that you have to do. Right?
Yeah.
In the volunteer work that you're doing.
Also, a lot of shit I don't have to do, but that I get to do for fun. So
see, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm sure people that listen to this are active followers of you, right? And when they see your stories, you're constantly on the job, farming, going through the woods, looking at these beautiful, beautiful landscapes and all these very up close interactions with nature, which is just such a nice calming thing, especially as someone that lives in the city right now where I barely see any green, and the most I see is a fucking construction worker's ass crack, while he's welding two fucking 2x4s together. It sucks, honestly, but when I get to see your story, it's a nice little slice of life from somewhere far away, which I think is very, very cool. And I think the one thing that I really want to ask you is what made you want to go into this, and what made you end up in this volunteer work at this farm that you're working at?
Okay, what made me end up here? Well, I've always loved nature. I used to go to Newfoundland every year to visit my family, and that's a very small, there's the place my grandparents are from is a very small town, a lot of forest, nature, love that. I would also go to camp. So, always loved nature, went to Newfoundland every year to visit my family, small town, lots of forest, did canoe trips, did camp, Aside from that, though, when I was around like 16 or 15, got into learning more about sustainable living through like becoming vegetarian, vegan. I actually just went straight to vegan. Now I'm a vegetarian because I learned that animal agriculture is one of the most environmentally destructive practices that humans have created and continue to do. So since that became a lot more environmental, a lot more like eco warrior, and since then it's just gotten stronger and stronger in me. You know, I focus on waste and pollution and local eating and organic eating, and like especially really got into the whole sustainable agriculture fascination. I feel like the biggest thing that we can do with our lives is know where our food comes from, because everyone eats, and take care of the land that we get that food from, because we don't live without that. And that just seems so like core to our survival, and also to like just the health of everything. So I was like, okay, I gotta know more about this, but I can't just do it in a course on a laptop. Like, I gotta go. My mom really supported me. She actually found the site for me to apply for this through, because she just like really wanted to see me do it. She just like knew it'd be good for me, which I love. And then I was like, you know what? With the pandemic, it's a really great time. I don't want to be in online school. I don't want to sit at home and like maybe sometimes be able to work because things open up and then things shut down and then I can't work and I'm just kind of like rollerblading every day and doing whatever, you know. So here's the time to do it, and I applied, and here I am. So I'm just a volunteer on a farm in Quebec. And I mean, I thought Quebec would be good because I did French immersion, and it's like after you leave French immersion, a lot of people lose it, they don't use it, and I really get to like apply it here, which is great. I think knowing another language is really mind expanding. Not only do you know this other language, but it helps you have like, I feel like better neural pathways to just learning in general, because like you grew up learning differently, you know, you had to focus on two different ways of expressing and like vocabulary and all that stuff anyways, and I don't want to lose it. And also Quebec's culture, totally different, really beautiful. Like here where I am especially, lots of small scale farms and permaculture, organic culture, and spiritual culture, like insane spiritual practices here, which are really interesting. And then you asked how long I've been here as well, and I've been at this farm now for a month and a half of a week. I was at another farm for a month prior to this one. It didn't work out there. I found it on a site that was free and it didn't have any ratings, any reviews, and I went and it was like not organized. Still a good experience, but it was a bit like, I was like, okay, I gotta find a better place.
It was a bit hectic.
Yeah, there was no particular time to wake up and meet up in the morning. Everything was very haphazard, and it was like, well, we could do this or we could do this, and it's like, tell us what we're doing. And yeah, and I was supposed to have a cabin at that place, and then I got there and the cabin was a mess, and I ended up sleeping in a tent the whole time. And the guy was like, oh.
Which must have been a little bit of fun, almost.
It was, except for the fact that it was freezing the first 2 weeks. But, you know, I had a good sleeping bag, and I had a lot of fun still. It was really nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here now.
Mm-hmm. That's so fucking cool. Right? I think it sounds like just whole amalgamation of like things that led you to where you are right now, right? It started off with just the idea of like, you know, I already knew you as a very eco-conscious like person, and just you taking like the very next step and just trying to be like how can I really expand my world of thought here? And then you just actually going out into the world and finding out about all this shit. It's dope as fuck, honestly. And it's a great learning experience, I can imagine, right? There's so many new little critters and little food informations that you can learn from in it. Like I'm sure you found out like there are so many things that you can eat that are just like in the ground, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Dandelions.
Like, you can just literally take a fucking handful of grass. Dandelions. That's like one of the things that I've learned.
Yeah.
Right. From you.
Really?
Just you fucking eating a fuck. I swear to God, you posted you eating a chunk of like fucking dandelion one time on your story, and I was like, wow.
Maybe it was the dandelion.
And then I was just
critters.
thinking like, should I just eat one?
Yeah, bro. The leaves of the dandelion, like you can eat them in salad, and it's good for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many things that you can like really learn about like just nature and the world in general, and see how everything works, which I can imagine being an eye-opening experience. And a thing that you touched upon that actually brought something up in my little pea brain right now is fucking language. Language is such an interesting thing for people to learn. I've still yet to learn like my native language, Tagalog, right? And I know people just keep yabbing on me about fucking learn Tagalog. Yeah, you gotta be able to speak to your relatives in the Philippines if ever need be, right? And I'm just like, yeah, I'll learn it or whatever, right? But I genuinely should, honestly. Like I think language is one of the most interesting things in human culture. Like today, I was watching. This is such a weird thing to try and explain. I was watching these videos, and they're cutscenes from a video game, this video game series called Civilization, where it's kind of like this turn-based role-playing game where you essentially oversee the entire world and you try to shape history into different ways, like using world leaders and the countries and just trying to like see what different futures and histories, alternate histories you can create.
Interesting.
Right?
That's really cool.
So you can be like Teddy Roosevelt talking to Gandhi, talking to Genghis Khan, and be like, how about we all just make one big ass country, and then our country can like trade with the other big country that I've created that's just Saudi Arabia and Sweden, like all connected together. And it's just like, it's very cool because the cutscenes involve like CGI versions of the real people, like these real world leaders from different eras, right? Like ranging from the beginning of mankind to like the 1930s and stuff. And in the game, they get the actors playing the world leaders to speak in the dialect of that time and the language of that time. And it's so interesting to see like the world's different languages, and this is like really the first time that I've been like put into perspective of it. Like every single language has its own like different, phrases and tones, and they all just work together where even if you don't even know the language, you can understand almost how they're talking, what they're talking about.
Yep.
And I think that's really cool. And I'm sure like with you being in French immersion and now being able to speak it out like more commonly rather than being stuck in good old dainty little Ontario where barely anyone speaks French, and French is kind of like the one language / subject everyone's like, fucking je m'appelle Kiev.
Est-ce que je parle aux toilettes? Yeah.
Right? But I think that's very cool that you're able to keep up that little thing that you've learned and spent your life learning. So now you're able to apply it. Mm-hmm. And really, I have no question with this. This is just me, like just thinking about all the shit that you just said.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. I can only imagine how your mind is feeling being out there, like in this little farm. Like how much do you think your mind has kind of expanded from where you were, say, like a year ago, right?
A year ago, the pandemic started, was in place, was happening.
Yeah, full motion,
lockdown, right? And let's see, I had just moved in with my dad in the apartment. I was going through quite a like transformation because that's when I started collecting garbage in my neighborhood and on the beaches and like observing people and their habits when they went outside and what they were doing. And yeah, I started buying my own groceries, so I was focusing more on like what groceries I was getting and where it comes from and everything. And yeah, that also really got me onto the path of understanding farming. And then how have I grown? Like it's been a steady progression since then because I started going to Cawthra Woods, which I'm sure you know where that is. Yeah, and
the local woods.
The local woods. Really, like, I rarely ran into people there. It was insane. Like, there's this beautiful wood there and no one goes. Anyways, I met a friend while I was picking up garbage on the way there. I actually met her for the first time. We became friends, and then she started teaching me about mushroom foraging. So that was like my first step in foraging. And then I guess there was like that kind of checkpoint into the year, and then now I'm here. Well, actually, before I was here, I was at the other farm, and there I was learning a lot about like native plants, which the most expanding, I guess, has been much in like my knowledge of plants or just like native or indigenous perennials, which perennials are plants that regenerate every year. Like annuals would be like the tomatoes you plant. You know, you plant them, they grow, and they yield fruit, and then they die. But like perennials are the plants that are just like always there every year. They like a rose bush. It's there in the winter, it like hibernates, and then in the spring it blooms again, right? So yeah, that's been really blowing my mind. Learning about like how plants interact as well, insects interact. Like there's fungus and roots of plants work together, and that makes plants grow really well. But where to go with this? Permaculture. I'm gonna go with permaculture is the greatest expansion I've had overall in this whole journey, in this point right now where I am, because what permaculture is, so basically the way we do large scale industrial farming is it's called monoculture. It's an entire area of land is clear cut, all the indigenous life is completely like cut away, erased, and then a single type of crop is planted. Herbicides and pesticides are used to maintain it, and yeah, you know, nothing else grows there except for that. And there's all this chemical runoff. Permaculture is this way of farming in which you incorporate the indigenous wildlife with your annual like edible plants and also perennial edible plants, and you grow many more varieties of plants than just one on a area of land. The good thing about this is that it doesn't erode the soil. Like monoculture erodes soil because that single plant, it sucks up certain nutrients. Versus if you have like multiple, like all these different varieties of plants, they suck up certain nutrients, but then the other plants beside them provide those nutrients again. They share the nutrients in the soil. There's all this all this micro life in the soil that's super important as well, which dies when you use the chemicals on it. And there's so much to go into depth with that I've been learning. It's like actually mind exploding for me too. And now I'm trying to explain it, but there's really, I can recommend some good videos.
There's so much to even like talk about.
Insane,
right?
Yeah. Like,
but that's how you know information is really like getting to you.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're learning something and then you're just thinking like, it only goes up from here.
Yeah.
Like it like straight up doesn't stop.
There's
right?
just so much.
And I think that's super fucking cool. And like I'm a lover of learning.
Good.
I'm a lover of knowledge and constantly taking in like different pieces of information at any given time. And like in my defense, it's not very helpful information. Like I go on like deep dives about like movies and like just the way that the world works. And like another thing that I've gone into is like chemistry.
Yeah.
And the way that like things are chemically made. Specifically this one weird motherfucker on YouTube named Nile Red, where he just posts videos of him going like, oh, I'm gonna make grape soda using plastic gloves. And then it's just
That's
like,
gross.
how the fuck do you
Ew.
even make that, right? Yeah, it's super gross, but he's just like, he breaks it down to the molecular level.
Yeah.
And he's just like, so this is like how you would do it, right? And then you can actually take in the information and go like, okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? And like, I think even information like that, it's just super fun to know about, not just to like, if you're at a party,
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, you want to know how I can make grape soda out of plastic gloves?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay, I'm not talking to this motherfucker anymore. But it's more so just like, you're able to educate yourself and also educate others whenever you can.
That's the
And,
important thing,
And
yeah.
like give people a whole new look at everything.
Yeah.
And especially with nature, that's got to be one of the coolest things to even know anything about.
Like think about it, bro. Okay. So humans, like, we tend to be very absorbed into our lives. Like, we go to work, whatever. Like we wake up, eat breakfast, go to school, meet with friends, leave school, meet with friends, hang out, whatever, eat dinner, say hi to your family, do your homework, blah, blah, blah. End up getting your job. You're just like, you're very like, okay, here's my schedule. I'm gonna like eat and I'm gonna go to my work. I'm gonna meet up with friends. But you don't often think about how, like, the only reason we're here is because there's all these organisms around us that support these ecosystems that we live in. Like, they support the production of food, and like that's, we don't think about that we're not like we're like, yeah, McDonald's, but it's like, where's this food coming from? How's it made? How did it get here? I don't know. Like, there's so many we're so interconnected. Like, the idea that humans are superior to other beings is so mind-boggling to me, because if, like, there's that whole thing on the internet where if bees died, we couldn't live because they're such important pollinators. But it's like, bees aren't the only one. They've gotten a lot of recognition, and I'm super happy about that, but they're not the only ones. Like any tree or plant might be that one niche of the ecosystem that if it was wiped out, like, we would all die. And it's like, we need to recognize these connections. We need to recognize that this this codependence, and really protect it and take care of it. Like, there is our smaller body, ourselves, and then our larger body, which is the earth, because we literally can't live without it. Like, it's so important to have that.
Like, I think a lot of people's base level introduction to like this idea of thinking is just basically thinking about like whatever you learned in biology class, like with ecosystems and whatever. But not to nag on the like education system, but just a little bit. It's very much information that's kind of made for you to know and then do a test about and then kind of forget about it like later.
Well,
right? And unless you're someone that's like really gonna go into it like as a profession, like later on, you won't necessarily, I think most people wouldn't necessarily pay attention to, right? But I think a lot of people could benefit from knowing like how interconnected everything is.
Life
and
is,
how like how everything comes to be like in your everyday life, because it's not just you, right? But like, your brain is the one that makes you walk, it's the one that makes you talk and greet everyone and do your job and whatever. But the space around your brain, if that didn't exist, you're outside. If that didn't exist, you are merely just someone flowing through space.
And also,
and that's about it.
The fact that, like you were saying, your brain is what makes you walk or think or talk. Like, your brain gets that energy from somewhere, and it's from outside your body. Like, you eat so that your brain has energy, so school teaches you how to make money, how to like market, and not necessarily how to like work with it's about money. It's about the economy, like build the economy, but it's like, how do you explain to your kids when they ask where the plants and animals are, like, that it was good for the economy,
Yeah. Like that's not very much a way of educating people and educating future peoples, right?
Yeah.
Like I think it's not too hard to try and teach someone the ways of appreciating life, right? The ways of appreciating the life that surrounds you and the life that you live. It's very much a thing that everyone has to come to terms with, and not even a lot of people have come to terms with it. People, it's just so like second thought in the back of their mind, second, third, fourth thought in the back of their mind. But the reality is that you're currently living life. You're living on one big living fucking ball.
Being.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole earth is like one body.
Yeah, and you should genuinely like take a moment to appreciate it, right? Like out of the whole mundane thing that you're talking about, where it's like you wake up, you go to work and whatever, right? It does not take more than a minute to really take in everything and hear the sounds that you're hearing and breathe in the air that you're breathing.
But
just to like really think like there's so much in this world that I've yet to see that I would love to see more of.
Though you are in the city.
And that's a way of appreciation.
You are in the city and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that connection, you know? You're surrounded by stuff that like it doesn't introduce you to all that these relationships, you know? It's hard for sure. But shrooms. Shrooms help, man.
And that's the second episode mentioning shrooms. Ring the fucking bell.
Only the second?
Oh no, God. Honestly. Well, yeah, I know, right? Isn't that strange? It was literally just the one before this that I brought up shrooms, and it was with my sister.
Oh, cool.
Which is really funny. But shrooms, yeah, genuinely. Like, obviously, to the audience listening, especially if you're young, you know, you shouldn't be listening, but shrooms, you don't have to take shrooms to try and appreciate everything, but it is very much an eye-opening experience that you should be very open to experiencing at the very least.
Do it in nature though. Like I hear stories about people doing it in a room watching TV, and I'm like, what are you doing? No.
Right? It just doesn't sound right. That's exactly
right.
what my sister was talking about before. She was just like, oh yeah, I did shrooms like inside, right? I never had an outside trip. And I was like, oh fuck.
What?
Like when I did shrooms, I hung out with my good old buddies, Justin and Thomas.
I know them.
Shouts out to Justin and Thomas, as well as my girlfriend and some other people at the time. And we went to Hyde Park, which is, if you don't know, a big ass park in Toronto. Everyone should know what it is. It was very much like I wasn't experiencing like the true nature of everything, right? But what I was experiencing was this patch of green in amidst to the concrete shell that I've been like so like accustomed to, which was so much of like a shock to me. Like just looking up at the sky when you're surrounded by green feels so much more different than you're looking up at the sky when you're surrounded by buildings.
Yeah.
Right? It's a whole new different feeling. You hear the birds like chirping and tweeting and you're just like, oh fuck. And you could feel the ants on your skin, right? And you could like feel how soft the fucking grass is.
Yeah. Just
and
looking.
It very much is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The colors
right?
are so vibrant.
Like it's so fucking cool. Like you can see things move, right?
Yeah.
That you never noticed were moving
Breathing.
before. Albeit, yeah,
Say
like
breathing.
everything's fucking wavy when you're on shrooms and swirling around. But it's like everything's breathing.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. Like when I looked at trees, when I looked at plants, when I looked at the ground, everything was breathing.
Definitely.
And everything was full of life.
Yeah.
And I was immediately filled with like this joy knowing that like
Love.
I'm breathing along with everything.
It's love. Do you feel the hum? Like, do you feel the hum of everything around you when there's life around you? There's like, there's these vibrations, right? Like everything
Yeah.
is just, we're all just like energy in some form, which is sending vibrations, right? And sometimes the vibrations are like, woo, and sometimes they're like, woo, you know? And, sometimes you can't, you know, you're not in the right mindset. You can't feel them, but I feel like shrooms is a good way to help you open up to them. And there's just like this, like, bzz, I don't know, you know, like, do you want me to tell you about the last time I did shrooms?
Ooh, yes.
'Cause.
Definitely tell me.
Okay. So it was the past weekend and,
Okay.
I took a little bit. It was like maybe a gram or a gram and a half or like maybe 2, I don't know, probably less than 2. And then like Yeah, so we are going to this 5 rhythm ecstatic dance. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so like basically they start the music off slow and then it picks up, has this peak climax and then drops back down gradually, and it's within a span of 2 hours. So we drive to this place. It's stunning. I mean, it's just forest. There's this like river / creek, and everything's so like vibrant here. I swear, even when I'm there sober, it looks just greener. It's just like so healthy. It must be the energy in this place. It's insane. It's insane. And we get there, and there's these wooden stairs. They lead down this hill with all this forest to this wooden platform, and there's a guy, and he's got his DJ set up, and there's these strangers. I'm there with my 2 hosts, Corey and Michelle, love them, and another woofer volunteer here, Camille. And we get there, and there's like 15 other strangers, and we stand in a circle, and we just start by like humming or like chanting. You know, Om? It's like, Om. Yeah. So we start doing that. Like, I didn't know it was happening, and they just start doing it. I'm like, Om. Like, I close my eyes, and we're all doing it, and it's insane. Like, our frequencies line up, and you feel like your eyes are closed, and you feel this insane. It's like we'll have to do it. I'm gonna put together a chanting circle. I swear to God, because you have to experience this. The vibrations are in your face. You feel this hum and this sound, and it's really nice, and it just like surrounds you. And you don't even, it's insane. Totally overwhelms your senses. So we do that together, and I'm like, well, okay. And then the music, the first time I've ever done something like that, the music starts, and everyone just starts moving, and we're all just like, and you're not trying to dance well, you're just releasing. And at first you have to really like let go. You're feeling maybe a bit embarrassed or a bit uncomfortable. I kept my eyes closed to make me feel more free, because then I could just move and not be looking at anyone else, or like being in my zone. And yeah, the music starts picking up though, and you just start going crazy, and everyone's going crazy, and there's other platforms set up throughout the woods too, so people start moving around off the platform, and we're all just like, and it was raining, so it's raining, the wood is wet and slippery. I'm like taking full advantage of the wet and slipperiness. I'm sliding all over the place, using it as I twirl. It's absolutely risky as fuck when you twirl, because you're just like, you might fall. I wiped out a good couple of times. So fun.
Holy shit.
You're like dancing, everyone's dancing. There's at one point this girl came up to me, and like, I'm on shrooms again, by the way, so this girl comes up to me at one point, and she's like, she calls me her fairy sister, and I'm just go with it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a fairy. she's like, I love, like, I knew it, I felt it when I saw you, and I'm like, yeah. And then, you know, like, the music's like getting really hype and exciting, and I look over, and all these people have like gone to the river, and they're in the water, and I'm like, I'm going there. So I move over to the water. I'm wearing a skirt. I sit in the water, just full on sit in the water, get soaked, and I'm in the water with my arms, and I'm like, and like people around me start laughing because I'm like sitting in the water, and I'm just like smiling, like I'm just like, like I've never smiled more in my life. And there's this fallen tree, and it's got these branches sticking out, and I'm like grabbing onto the branches, I'm swinging on them, and I'm like, woo, and everyone's like laughing, and I'm laughing with them, and like this one girl's in the water, and she's just like so feeling it, and she's like, you guys can't tell right now, but I'm making love, and I'm like, I feel it, like, I know you are, like, and we're just strangers dancing in a forest on the, like, it's insane. It was insane. And the peak...
That's fucking awesome.
The stairs, too, had so much fun on the stairs, just going up and down and, like, hanging off them and, like, bending over them and just being, like... It was like I had a partner to dance with, all this support, you know? And I'm just like, twirling... Oh, my God. It was just insane. And I recommend, if you ever have the chance to go to a 5-rhythm ecstatic dance, even, like, just look it up and go. Because, wow. Just so incredible.
Wow. That sounds incredible. Like, I can only imagine it's very hard to explain, especially because, like, I feel like with these types of experiences, it's very much something that you feel, right? and like you can't ever really explain the full extent of it.
Yeah.
Right. But it's something that you feel, and like in your heart and in your mind, you'll know like that was fucking like awesome.
Oh my God.
But even just hearing
Yeah.
all of that sounded like bonkers.
I want to go every weekend.
Awesome. Like that's so cool, because it is such a crazy thing, just like thinking about it, going like, we are just a bunch of people in this small patch of land on an even bigger earth, but around that earth is like
space.
So much like bigger and farther than you could ever imagine, and you're just in that moment just going like you let go of everything.
You're just moving, flowing.
Imagine that has to be so freeing.
My God.
And like wonderful, and like, because nothing's better like than just that feeling of like dance like no one's watching.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like that feeling that you get, right, dancing and no one's watching, and you're just feeling yourself let go, and you're just getting really into it. That feeling is such an important feeling.
Yeah. You know
to
what?
feel.
You know what?
Right.
I will plan a 5 rhythm ecstatic dance where everyone takes shrooms and we all just do it.
Oh
and you're invited.
That'd be fucking.
Because
oh my God.
everyone needs to experience this. I'm telling you, I had a moment in the river where I like cried because I just wanted the whole world to be there with me feeling this. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Fuck, I'm very excited just thinking about like the feeling that I could get being in that situation. Like I think shrooms gets a bad rep from like a lot of mainstream media being like the hippy dippy drug.
Why is hippie
it's
bad?
Like the type of thing. It's like only. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's very much, not gonna lie, an entry level drug into just experiencing life at a very different way. Like it's far different than weed, far different from acid and
definitely.
like alcohol or whatever drug you can think of.
Yeah.
It's very much like it's an experience.
Yeah.
Not much like a movie or a TV show. So it's like a wholly different like sensory like experience that you can have. And I think that type of experience is very important for people to understand. Not, like if you don't want to go through it, that's fine, but something that you should understand, right? This is something that you can get out of like taking shrooms, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong. I can say that it very much helped with my mental health issues that I was feeling at the time. Like, I'm not saying it solved it, right? Because I'm still fucking depressed.
Oh, baby.
Right? But it very much gave me a whole new way of looking at life, where it was, I am not alone, right? I shouldn't be so absorbed in myself. I think I should be more like accepting of everything around me, even though it's shitty, right? Like the next few days I went to work, right? And the people that I encounter there at Starbucks, you know, I talk about it a lot on the podcast. There's like these people that just absolutely fucking aggravate me, right? People that are so selfish and so ignorant and mean, and they only view me as a slave to the Starbucks machine, right? So they don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
Right? But the way that I've reacted from then on has been a lot better, where it's more so just me getting mad, right? Being upset because I feel like I have the right, but also just understanding that it's whatever. Like, they are people. They are people with their own lives. They are the same as me in many different levels that I don't know of.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how I started viewing it, and that's how I started getting like less so aggressive than I was before, where before I was just like, fuck, I want to fucking like, I want to break everything, and I want to break all their bones and fucking shake them awake and say, stop it, right? But now I'm just like, you make me upset.
Yeah.
I will see you another day. And then they go off, right? Like, and it's that's what I can attribute the biggest change that shrooms has given me, where it's like it's given me more so of like the tolerance of everything absolutely horrible that can happen to anyone.
Just,
right?
yeah,
Because
like,
it happens.
Don't concern yourself so much with things you can't control. Just like definitely a good lesson. It's hard sometimes when you have all these like expectations or standards for like, you know, other people as well, and then you are disappointed, but they're on their own journey, their own path. You cross, you say no thank you and move on, you know?
Yeah.
For sure.
There's so many forks in the road whenever like you meet someone that you can go on, and like the people that make you mad in your life and the people that make you really wonder like, how can people like this really exist? All you really need to put yourself in order to just make yourself kind of feel better about it is just imagine the fork in the road and you going off one way and they're going off their own way.
Yeah.
Right? And just like maybe one day you'll cross again, you'll see them again, they'll make you mad again, but
Or
you'll still keep on going.
or they've had growth, which is always exciting. You know, you hope that when that person's sent off, you hope that you wish them, you should always wish them the best. Like even there's some like, if there's some, I mean, well, hold up though. Like if you're a rapist, fuck you. I hope you die.
Fuck rapists.
Yeah, but like, you know, there's certain levels of rudeness or assholeness or criminality where I'm like, you know, you might be this way now, but I hope that you can change and like grow. But wow, there's so many topics we can go on from here, like prison and how they don't actually teach people how to like re-enter society. Yeah, like it's yeah. I think my laptop's gonna die. But I'm gonna get a charger from my friend. I don't have my own one here, but she's not here, so I'm just gonna call her quickly.
It's all good. It's all fine.
It's Apple's fault.
Fuck Apple.
Honestly,
for real though.
I mean, fuck all technology a bit sometimes. I mean, at the same time, like, thank God we have it because I can talk to you right now, and it's so amazing that way. But it also just really distracts us from like the presence of like actual people in our life or our surroundings sometimes. So something I struggle with all the time is like stay off social media when you're in a house of other people who you can interact with and learn from, you know.
All right. I agree. Actually, that's a fucking awesome topic.
I know, yeah. I was like
talk about just like that. I'm very much fuck the obsession with technology, right? Like I think it honestly is one of the hardest things to kick as someone like growing up in the modern world. Technology is something that is just part of your life now, right? There's absolutely no escape from it. I know for a fact when I'm gonna have kids, they're gonna be surrounded by technology, right? No matter where I go, because it's just something that's part of modern life. But people's obsession with technology is something that can be very damaging, right? And especially like someone like me, I was very much before a very internet obsessed person, right? I was constantly just focused on all these aspects that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things and often gave me messages that I shouldn't really be like, you know, taking on to myself, right?
Yeah.
Like whether it be just anti-people messages or like just anti-lifestyle messages that I'm just taking in. And that's like the very harmful thing about technology that can happen, right? So I'm very much on the side of technology is great, technology is wonderful, it's constantly growing, that's awesome, you know, it shows how much we're able to do as humanity, but at the same time, people need to stop exploiting people with technology, and people need to stop, you know, profiting off of people's like obsessions with it. Yeah. And it honestly almost all social media does that, right? Like social media helps us connect, but at the same time, it's very much secluding us from everything that's around us right now. And that's just my little piece on technology.
Yeah, I mean, is it ethical? Not really. Like it's manipulative, you know? And yeah, you're right. Like it plays off people's obsessions and addictions. Well, as an individual, you can definitely try really hard to recognize that and stay away from it. But then everything that you do see on your phone is geared towards who you are because it's tracked, right? And then you're being recommended the content that you like to see, and it's so hard to like stay away from it, even when you're trying. Like on Instagram, why is there no way to turn off? Like we should not have to see ads. Ads are one of the things that absolutely boggle my mind. When I don't watch TV, like cable TV, I'll watch Netflix sometimes, but when I'm at home, my dad has cable TV on all the time, and when the ad breaks come on, it's so hilarious. I'm watching them and I'm like, you people fall for this shit? I'm like, but also it's like, it works. And I'm like, but also it's wrong. It's like, I shouldn't have to see this if I don't want to. Why is this being pushed in my face to buy this shit? Like or to watch this temporarily. Like it's not freedom of choice. It's like yeah. It's really mind-boggling sometimes.
Ads are very much like, the more you look into it, the more you see the scummy side of it. Like especially on Instagram and like social media apps in general.
Yeah.
When there's someone just trying to full on convince you to buy this product that you weren't even fucking thinking about.
Yeah.
You weren't even like
thinking
this. Like, I need this, right? But now you are. But now you're thinking like, oh, maybe I do need the fucking the sham wow or the slap chop and shit like that, right? Not that Instagram still advertises slap chop.
That's so great that you know that.
Exactly, but it works. Everyone knows what a sham wow is and what a slap chop is. Yeah, everyone knows like the restaurants, everyone knows Burger King, everyone knows that Super Bowl ads are the most coveted thing in television history, that there are more people excited about Super Bowl ads rather than people excited about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is also another big ad. It's an ad for football. It's an ad for sports. It's an ad to get people excited. It's like, look how much money these people are going to make. Not knocking athletes, of course, because that's what they have to do for a living. But they are being used as a way to sell other products while they're working, right? So it's so strange to see like when people are excited about, oh, what are M&M's gonna do for their Super Bowl ad, and what are they gonna do to continue selling their fucking product? Oh my god.
He hates this.
You just got a cat. You just brought a cat onto the video. Oh my god. And she's killing you, and Charlie's dead. Charlie has died.
Garfield killed me finally.
Oh my god, is the name of the cat actually Garfield?
No, it's Aslan, which is cooler. But yes. Okay. Back to what you're saying.
Yeah, with ads, it's very much just it's so ridiculous to see sometimes. Like, you see the strangest fucking ads.
The tactics they use
in the fucking world.
The tactics they use are so. I don't know.
It's basic exploitation of human psychology.
Yes.
It's like you have to start creating the demand, and then like you just supply it to them, right? And you know exactly how to get into people's brains to do that. A lot of it is just repetition.
Yeah.
It's like, you're hungry, right? You know you're hungry, right? Would you like a burger? I know you'd love a burger, right? And it's just like, are you tired of cutting onions with a hand and a knife? I know you are. Remember the last time you felt wrist pain in your hand because you were cutting onions for way too long?
Or it's something like completely unrelated and really, really weird. And you're like, what is happening in this video right now? And then it's like about this totally like non-related item. And they use this whole strange like prior video to get your attention because you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then it's like Old Spice, and you're like, what? You know?
Like, what the shit?
But you stuck,
genuinely,
you committed to it. Because
cologne ads.
Cologne ads.
Cologne ads are straight up one of the stupidest advertisements that still actually work. And it's so fucking stupid. They show like these cinematic masterpieces of men or women in sports cars driving down a salt field and waves crashing into a cliff as this one person says, experience.
Yeah, like silk drapery like in the wind, and then like Dior, like I don't know. It's so funny.
Dior, channel number 5.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, maybe I want to smell exactly what that commercial smells like. Like it still boggles my mind how people can see an ad like that and be like, oh, I should get Chanel number 5. Yeah, I should. It's sometimes it just reaches like points of like real emotional exploitation, right? Like I'm talking. Fucking Budweiser, they have this stupid fucking ad. I'm so sick of it at this point. This stupid fucking ad about a horse, the Budweiser horse, and the adventures of this fucking horse. And for some reason, every single time they show this horse going through, like, he had a dog best friend, and then the dog best friend died, and then he had to take care of a new dog best friend, and he was upset at that dog best friend, but now they're friends. Here's a beer. Like, that's literally how all of them operate. It's just like, they tell you this story, and then they're just like, would you like a Budweiser because you watched that story? Doesn't it make you want a Budweiser? Don't you need a beer after watching that depressing shit?
You know what actually does make good ads, though, that I kind of enjoy?
What?
Red Bull. Red Bull gives you
Are you talking about the little cartoon ads?
Yeah.
The little cartoon ads?
I do
love
appreciate
those. They remind me of newspaper or comic strips.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what they are.
Totally, exactly that.
It's just two people talking, and it's just like, here, have a Red Bull, and it's just like,
yeah.
Oh, I have wings now, and he flies away, and it's like, Red Bull gives you wings. And it's like, all right, well, that was short form and nice.
For sure. I can appreciate some ads that like they hire some artist who makes like some really cool cartoon video shit. I mean, it's still an ad and they could make better content with it, but sometimes I'm like, that was pretty funky and I kind of like that, but you know.
Yeah, you can definitely see like the effort that gets put into like ads, right?
Yeah.
Especially with like creative artists and animators, whenever they're put into an ad, it's always like a lot of fun to really see. And like you kind of just want to see like, oh my god, like what else could they create after just watching that? Yeah. Right? Like,
yeah, exactly. I watched the whole movie with this style, man. Like, let an in-depth like movie that you like, not even just a movie, a film where you leave the theater changed, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because artists are so very skilled, and animators specifically. I have a soft spot for animation.
Me too.
It genuinely, good animation can make me fucking like scream in enjoyment.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Beautiful. Oh my god, one of the best fucking cartoon shows to ever hit the television. It's like awesome. And like I've been getting really into just like other pieces of animation, like for example anime, very big community for anime. But like I watched this one movie called Redline, and it's your average racing anime where it's just like some dude's trying to win a race, get a bunch of money, get the girl, you know, do whatever, right? And the visual style is genuinely one of the most bonkers fucking shit I've ever seen. And like it's when you think about it, it's just like this is all paper animation. This is all people just drawing and painting, and then they just make this fucking like hellscape of like beautiful hellscape of animation. And I highly implore anyone to check out Redline because it's very much just a sensory overload in the best way possible.
This makes me think of Akira, like what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh my god, Akira. It's you can hang every single frame from that movie
on a wall
in a museum.
And it's cool. Yeah, in a museum. Totally.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
someone should just make that. It's like every frame from Akira. There's something like 200,000, 300,000. It's in like the six figures for sure.
It's a world
of like
record.
Frames of animation.
Isn't it the world record for like the most hand-drawn frames in a movie?
Yes, I believe it holds the world record for most hand-drawn frames. And it's so fucking nuts, right? Because you're watching it and you're just thinking, how the fuck did they even manage
and the
to animate that
holograms.
with paper?
Yeah.
Oh
the
my god.
holograms.
I saw the behind the scenes of how they got light specifically, because light is something that's very hard to convey in a 2D like landscape, especially if you're drawing it, right? A lot of people just think it's just shading and you add a little pencil over here, a little pencil over there, but the light in Akira is so special because it's not just shades and shadows that you're looking at. You're seeing the glow of light. You're seeing the source of light itself. And the way that they did it, I believe they had their regular like animation frame, right? They draw a building, for example, right, with windows and has no light in it. It's like completely black, completely darked out, right? And when they're taking the scan of that frame, like they do with most 2D animated films, they have a light that they shine through the background of that animation frame, and that's what adds like the glow for the rest of it, and then they color it in, I believe, like matching the color of that light, which is a very fucking tasking job to do, right? Because first you need to imagine the light hitting the frame itself and the drawings in the frame, and you have to make the shadows accordingly, and then you have to actually aim the light to make sure that it matches. And when you see it all in Akira, like specifically the scene that I think of is the very first 5 minutes of and they're going through the buildings and they see the holograms,
Like
and
the
neon
music
signs
video
and whatever.
to that slow Kanye song.
Yeah, flashing lights.
Yeah.
So funky, fresh, just like all of that imagery in Akira. It's fucking.
It's so
It's
creative.
enough to make a child cry.
And it's the way you describing how they put it together. It's like someone thought of that, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. It works. It all works so well, and I applaud all of the animators that had to break backs and lose sleep and fucking cry. I know there's lots of tears that has to come with a movie like this, because with any artist there's tears regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? There's gotta be.
Bro,
there's gotta be some sort of emotional release.
Had those of my own. Hell yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Even back to about the social media and like how it's manipulative and stuff. This great idea would be the option to turn off explore page, and then you wonder like, well, but how would you like find cool artists or cool accounts or whatever to follow? Well, if you had the ability to turn it off, it would actually make social media much more sociable, because your like the people in your life would have to come to you and be like, look at this, maybe you want to consider following them, like there's someone, and then you're probably also keeping more local too, because the only way you can find accounts is by knowing people or like meeting artists or meeting whatever, which is really great, you know, instead of like following someone across the world who has a cool style, but also like you could be supporting someone more in your local like area or know them more personally, you know.
And with like something like that, even like with internet, in terms of thinking like internationally, right? Because everything's so word of mouth, right? And like localized within your area, there are people in your life that have definitely gone places and have seen people from different countries, and they can come to you and be like, hey, oh my god, you'd love this fucking artist, you'd love this fucking person,
and have a background story to them, and like you actually get to know that person more through this person, and there's all this like, that would be some really cool like networking, you know, I think.
It's genuinely like a really cool way of connecting people like altogether, right?
Yeah.
While I think like Explore does make it easier for a lot of people, it does like 80% of the Explore page is basically just an ad. It's like sensory pictures and videos that
it's
make you
ego.
You just scroll through them and you're just like
yeah, a lot of it's
laugh, or
a lot of it's ego too, where it's like, oh, look how badass I look in this mirror, like look how skinny my waist is. Oh yeah, I know, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Ego is very much something that I don't think a lot of people really have, an acknowledgement towards.
Yeah.
No one really acknowledges their own ego.
Definitely.
Like in their life. And you'll always look at a person, right, and be like, oh my god, look how big their ego is, right? But
what about your own ego?
Have you ever thought of your own? Yeah, what about your own? Like, have you ever thought of like how you come off to other people? And which is why I loved my philosophy class in high school, because we talked about the ego and the death of the ego, you know, and the id.
Shave your head.
And the id.
Yes. You're gonna shave your head. Ego death. It's a step.
It's so fucking crazy, because I think you're one of those people that have experienced ego death and has like gone through the steps necessary to really acknowledge yourself, how you're like viewed by other people, how you view yourself too. And then, you know, I think out of the years that I've known you, you're very much a person that is not only in touch with their surroundings, you know, but very much in touch with themselves, which is very, very cool to see in someone as young, like, I know, the same age as you, but like someone in my younger generation that is able to experience that, because I always think of it as something that older people experience out of years of living, right?
Yeah.
But I think the truth is that it starts off very young in someone's life and can only grow from there.
Yeah.
How you are like with yourself. And I think that's a very, very cool little fact that I like to know about you.
Thank you.
In my head.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That was a big journey as well in my past year too, was like really recognizing ego and ego death. And I was inspired by monks. Like I'd shaved my head before for like cancer drive and stuff, but the last time I did shave my head was particularly to take steps towards ego death, because I saw a monk on the bus, and then I saw a monk in Walmart, and I was like, whoa, all these monks. And I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I was like, why do monks shave their heads? So I researched it, and it was all a part of like detaching yourself from the vanity of your appearance, and your hair is a big part of that. And so I was like, I'm gonna shave my head again. Because I really like ego death's also a big part in like recognizing like, or you know, like altruism or selflessness, you know, putting yourself in the shoes of others and trying to live your life to better everything around you, not just like make yourself happier. And so they were like shaving your head, so I shaved my head, shaved my eyebrows too. That was a time. My dad was like, why did you do this to yourself?
Wow,
that's really cool.
That's it. It must feel very cool, like to be able to look in the mirror and see yourself as something different, like something that you're not used to, right? It must help to like detach from that idea and just be like, all right, like starting off clean in this video game world, you know, just
exactly clean slate, man.
I'm an NPC.
Right? But now I grow everything out. I'm like, woo! I'm like, woo! I'm like,
as you should,
woo,
you know. Just like you lift your leg and it's just like one big wool fucking sock just covering you.
I have like a knee pit hair patch. Hey, I have a really cute little like treasure trail hair. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh hell yeah! You call it treasure trail? I call it a happy trail.
That's so cute too. I mean, I don't know though, like the treasures, you know, so. And the path.
But the happy is also the happy treasure trail. That sounds like a great kids show. The happy treasure
That's like Happy Tree Friends, but it's not actually like what you think it's gonna be.
I've been growing out my little shitty mustache I haven't shaved in 2 years, and this is what I get.
2 years?
This is
Whoa.
all I get. This fucking shit right here. This is
It's cute. It's like
not even worth mentioning.
It's
so.
It's like it reminds me of like Post Malone's mustache and how someone was like, it looks like two corgis kissing, you know? Like it reminds me. I can't unsee it.
Oh fuck. Oh god. It took so long for it to be because like when I was growing it out, right, like I freshly shaved and I was just like, all right, from then on, I'm gonna grow out my mustache and I'm not gonna do anything about it. Like the first 5 months easily, like, thank God I had to wear a mask because like it looked so fucking bad. It was so patchy and everything was unbalanced and unequal, and like I couldn't just get scissors to trim off one part because then I'd have to go on the other side to trim, and soon I'm just shaving again, right? But now it's at a point where I can somewhat manage, and it's very much still non-existent.
It's
and,
good.
I will still keep trying.
Maybe
Thank
you need
very much.
We need to do some research into like hair growth encouraging foods. How's your diet, Kiev?
I know my mom says garbage.
Oh goodness.
My mom says castor oil is one of the things that helps grow hair.
Yeah, oils in
But it's
general.
not like I'm just about to like fucking slap it around in my face.
I used to do that to my eyebrows.
And then I wake up with a beard. What?
I used to put oil on my eyebrows.
Oh, they're very nice eyebrows. They got a nice shape to them. I got
you.
little bushy caterpillars.
I wish.
Eyebrows.
Oh, I wish mine were more like yours. To be honest. Dude,
Yeah,
I want a
I've
unibrow.
learned to love my eyebrows. I can grow a unibrow easily. Sometimes I forget that I'm growing like a unibrow.
So jealous.
And then like I look in the mirror and I'm just like, this seems a bit darker than before. I don't know why. This grows more than this. That's so fucking strange to me. Just like, what the fuck?
It's meant to be, Kiev.
But,
It's meant to be. There's a reason to it, I swear. I promise. The universe.
It has to be. I mean, I
The
swear to
universe has a
God.
plan.
I've learned to love my eyebrows, and so much so that like the way that I draw my eyebrows now is just very much two rectangular square blocks.
It's
because I think for one it's very funny, and two, that's how I see my eyebrows when I look in the mirror. I'm just like, they look like two blocks.
It's fashionable. They're like you got that angle at the end, you know, where it's like, yeah, it's really
it's got the little sweep.
Yeah.
The sweep.
The sweep.
It's very sharp edged.
Yeah.
Like especially
It's like-
around
it's like-
here,
it's
they
like-
kind of square off here.
It's great. It's
Trapezoidal.
yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I love it.
But
Oh my god. We need to go thrifting together and like find outfits for each other. That would be a lot of fun. I really want to style you.
God.
Like I know you're
That'd
into
be
makeup and
so
stuff, and I've never done a makeover on you, and I just like I'm gonna start fantasizing about that now.
oh my god, please fantasize more about me. I'm very flattered.
Oh.
But fuck yeah, that's awesome. I love thrifting and like styling and everything because it's just all part of like making things work, you know? And sometimes like you put on an outfit and you don't even notice how much it works, and then you don't even appreciate it. Like something that I've gotten into recently is just like I wear big jeans, tiny shirt, and like big shoes.
Yeah,
And
I love
I'm out
that.
there and I'm just like, I form a triangle shape. If you were to draw out my silhouette, it's very much like starts off chunky at the bottom and then slims out.
Listen.
Right? And I'm in love with that silhouette.
I don't understand people who wear tight jeans. I don't. I just don't.
Oh my god, I used to wear tight jeans all the time, and like it wasn't until like I started fucking dating Claire where like I got to wear her pants, and she mainly wears like big baggy jeans, right? And then like, oh my god, I fell in love. It was like love at first sight. I was just like, this is so freeing. There's so much space. It all kind of like bunches up at my shoes in a very fun, comfy way.
And so, yes, it adds to the chunky feel, which chunky is in style. Yeah.
Yeah, chunky should always be in
Chunky
style.
should always
Chunky
be in style.
is like, it's awesome when you're wearing something baggy, and it just feels like it's so baggy that it feels like you're wearing nothing at all.
Yeah.
Right? And you're just like, you look down at yourself and I'm like, oh, I'm wearing a shirt. Oh, holy shit. It's like I'm fucking wearing pants. That's awesome.
Yo, I'm telling you, if I could walk around naked.
I love baggy.
Sorry.
Oh my.
If I could walk around naked all the time.
If I could walk around.
Yeah.
If I had the ability to fly and also be
naked, oh my god.
And for it to be
oh my, the sensation. Oh, the wind.
The sensation on my areolas would just perk me
so
right
good.
up.
I had the opportunity to swim naked with strangers last weekend as well.
Oh,
It was
that's awesome.
no judgment, just like freedom. It was after the sweat shack. Oh, wow.
That's great. I've managed to skinny dip like a few times in my life, strangely enough. Water's always cold as fuck. The people surrounding you are always just like, yeah, let's go, rather than like, hey guys, can we calm down a bit? Like, can we just like go in,
hey,
not even think about it?
If anyone wants to,
another one was for a dare, so
for a dare,
I had to do it.
You don't even have to dare me. I don't know.
That's why I always say, it's like, you don't have to dare me to fucking streak naked down the street. I'll fucking do it right now.
I don't feel like you have to be dared for shit like that at all. Like, honestly, just ask you or like just ask you to join me. Like, hey Kev, like I'm gonna go for a naked sprint. You want to come along? You know, like casual. Yeah, that's
exactly.
That's how
being naked is such a freeing thing. It's such a wonderful thing. I fucking love being naked.
One more.
It's awesome.
Can you hear my farts? Like I'm ripping ass over here.
You're ripping ass.
I'm ripping ass over here. You're gonna hear it in my recording. Like you can't. You're gonna hear it in this.
I'm gonna make sure to bump up the volume whatever you do, and then I find out you've been doing it since the very start of the podcast. You're just fucking ripping hard ass.
And it doesn't help that like the bench I'm sitting on is just like hardwood. It's just like really, you know,
really good resonant quality wood.
Yeah, for ass ripping. Like
vibrates the entire room.
I thought about not telling you and seeing if when you listen to the recording you just could like catch the farts.
I have to send a text later that's just like, hey Charlie, were you ripping ass the entire time?
Have you ever?
Because I'm reviewing the audio and it's just you talking, going like, so yeah, I went to the store I went the other day and it was awesome.
When I fart, I have to stop and focus. Like, you can usually tell when I'm farting because I take a moment and I'm like, and then I like continue.
You know, you just have to go through it. You're just like, you're about to fart and it's like, hold on, I need a fart. And then you just stop.
I do that.
And you, like, stare at me 100-yard stare and you're just like, sorry, just had to get that.
That's a really good fart noise.
Oh my god, it's my favorite thing. Claire and I do it all the time.
Mine are more like.
Ew, my god, that sounded fucked. Claire and I love doing this thing where we'll just be watching like a movie or a TV show, right? And something's just happening in the TV show, and then we'll just try to insert it into as many random moments as we can. Like someone like shoots a gun and it's like a whole gunshot, like gunfight, and then there's a silence, there's like a 2-second silence, and one of us will just be like, and then we'll have a good laugh about it, and then like it's just monkey brain us. It's just like it just clicks in for us to do it now, where we're just like,
I have to
like
be there.
I'll literally be cooking food, and then she'll just be like,
I have to watch a movie with you guys or just do something mundane where we when I was working at Curry's at the art store, there's this worker Matt, and like he loved that shit. Like him and I, he was like 35, but we just both find farts like way too funny. Like our monkey brains are strong. Like they're just like What is about like
Bro,
imagine
The Walking Dead is so much more entertaining
because it's so
when
intense.
you just insert a fart noise into every scene.
Okay, imagine if instead of farts coming out and being like, they were just like your butt's just kind of like sucking air in.
Ew.
Like you're just standing
shit.
at the bus stop and you just hear like, you're like standing at the store and like at the bus stop and someone in front of you just like.
I would be like, can I get off my stop? Can I please get off?
Like,
that'd be terrifying.
Like Kirby, but your butt. It just sucks the whole world in.
Imagine it was just one of my favorite audio sound effects, my favorite audio gags is just reversing like regular audio. And the funniest fucking sound that I've ever heard, it was on like a TikTok I was watching where it was just like putting this one fart sound effect that's like used a lot in like movies, TV shows, and videos, and just putting through as many audio effects as they could. Like they made it sound like all wiggly. So
Yeah.
like, you know? And the funniest one that I've seen was like someone reversed it. And it was just like a small little like sound and then this huge crescendo at the very end. And I was just thinking like, what if everyone just sounded like that whenever they farted? It was just like like it stops.
You do it so
stops
well.
Immediately.
Oh my god,
That's the best part about it.
Can you do like a biting into an apple sound effect? Because I have a friend who can do that really well. I just want to know.
Oh, I think I could try. Hold on.
It's too cartoony.
Bad. It's not
like
like I was choking.
like
It's hard to get that crunch to emulate that crunch. I was like,
it's not that
to,
crunchy.
like,
You sound like
you
you
have to
chewed bones.
well, it's a
soft.
crunchy
It's like
ass
soft
apple. I'm
crunchy,
thinking
like,
I'm eating a crisp. Like I literally picked it off the tree and I. Imagine if people just sound like that when they ate. It was like.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft.
Like Minecraft,
fuck.
exactly. There's this scene in Into the Wild, which is like such a great movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's this part though where he's eating an apple and he's talking to the apple and he's like, thank you. You are just so good. You are just such a good apple, so juicy. Like, I don't know, that was a terrible apple like impression, but he's just talking to this apple about how good it is, and it's just I felt that, you know, like a good apple.
Yeah, I've still yet to watch that movie, but I do know the entire story of the guy that it's based on, right?
Yeah.
And it's very much like, yeah, I could picture this being one of Charlie's favorite movies, right? Because I've seen shots and scenes from that movie, and it's like it's gorgeous.
It is
absolutely gorgeous,
yeah.
And I'm sure it doesn't even like amount to like the actual things that this guy has seen.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, it's the story of a man who just decides to live out in the woods in this abandoned bus that he finds. And then it's just like, it's the true story of him like actually doing it. And like, it's based off his diary entries, right?
Yeah, he didn't actually know that this bus was there. Like he all he knew was like he's going to Alaska, and he just ended up finding this bus there. But yeah, and it's based off a true story. It's cool. He just like graduates college and leaves, doesn't tell his like family, and just he's like, I'm gonna go to Alaska. It's really cool. He meets people along the way, all these journeys, like all these beautiful interactions, all these sights. Yeah, and it is based off his like his diary, which is really interesting. It's crazy. It's really good. It's really yeah, it's really good. But you know what? My favorite movie is probably
okay, I heard that one. I fucking definitely heard that one. Like that's gonna end up on the actual recording itself. It's just gonna fucking this huge explosion that just happened.
You have to edit my screen, so it's just like it's just shaking and it's like red and it's like and then just back to normal.
Holy shit, did an atom bomb just like drop off like 10 meters away? Holy shit.
My favorite movie, okay, is Captain Fantastic. It's on Netflix. Have you seen it?
Oh my god.
Have you seen
it? But Claire has, and she fucking loves it.
Oh my god, it's...
She thought it was so cool.
Yes. Watch it now, watch it.
I will, because like from what she said about the movie, it sounds so fucking
really cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Right? It's just this guy that takes care of his family, and he's kind of like closed off from the rest of society.
Yeah,
right?
he's raising 6 children in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Such a big family.
And he's
then, like,
really...
What, they have to go back into society in order to, do their mother's funeral?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah.
Something along the lines of that. And that concept alone is just enough to make me go like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that.
He's so brutally honest with his kids about, like, the world. And he's like, you know when you have kids and you, like, censor certain things for them? I hate that. You talk to them like they're, like, incompetent, and it's like, from the moment your baby is born, you should talk to them like you would talk to any other person, because that's going to make them a lot more responsible or independent or intelligent, I feel. I mean, I guess this is my personal, what I think about, like, if I was going to have a kid.
It's actually proven that you shouldn't do, like, baby talk with babies.
Yeah.
Where you shouldn't just be like, ooh, Gucci, goo, right? Like, you should be speaking to them in a regular manner, so that way it's easy for them to, like, kind of...
grow up. Mature.
Accustomed to regular life. Yeah. Right? And I agree with that.
Yeah. My mom was always like, penis and vagina. Well, she said vulva. I remember there's this one story where, like, I was in Dollarama, and I guess, like, you know what's a queef? Like a vagina fart? You know? Like, it's been a long time since I've had one of those. Anyway, sometimes I don't know how air gets up there. But, like, you know, I was like a kid. I was a kid, and we were in Dollarama, and I, like, squatted down in the aisle at Dollarama, and I was like, Mommy, like, there's, what was it, like, air coming out of my vulva or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck I said. And she just laughed, man. Like, that's I can't, what did I say though exactly?
Some air just shot out of my vulva.
Gosh, I don't know. My vulva feels funny or something fucking funny like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm sorry, super...
Average, don't know the word as a kid, and then you just say it.
Yeah.
Right? That's you know, you just gotta be educated. I'm sure she taught you, was like, actually, the correct word is vagina.
No. Vulva's not incorrect. It's not incorrect. There's, like... I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see what vulva actually is. Vulva. External female sex organ. Vulva's, like, correct. It's just not, you don't hear it a lot. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because people are so used to just vagina.
Or just not saying any of it a lot. Yeah.
Or just not saying it. I think people should just be used to saying vagina or penis and not go like, oh my god, why would you even say that word? Yeah. It's like, come on, bro, we all got it. They exist.
Or like
in the world.
Fart, burping, all that stuff. We should just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Just like at a business meeting, just fucking rip
ass. Rip ass, man. Just rip ass. Like, move on. Just stop being such a child. Damn. Like, if you want to laugh, have fun with it, but...
It's very much like, I don't know, there's a lot of societal norms that are just like that definitely need to be fixed. Versus like, it should be fucking normal.
Yeah. I'm starting that.
If it's normal for a man to not wear a shirt, right? Then it should be normal for a woman not to wear a shirt.
Free the nipples.
For fucking sure.
But you know what?
Exactly, right?
It's legal in Ontario for women not to have to wear shirts or tops. Like, they can be nude in, like, but they won't. They don't, because it's still scary, you know? Like,
yeah.
And
to do it.
Yeah, like I've actually swam at public beach, at Woodbine Beach, without a top in Toronto with a lot of people around, and I was a little nervous, but like I didn't notice anyone looking at me weird or anything weird happening. since then I've also done it another time at a public beach in Port Credit, and like it was fine.
Yeah.
So I want to help break those things, but like I also understand women being scared. I mean, but if it's like a really public day and sunny day at the beach, like if someone's gonna do something fucked up to you, like there's a lot of people around, so you'll be
that will be there
safer,
to defend you.
But if it's
right?
yeah. But
I think it definitely, like, society needs to make it in a way where it's normalized for people to do it and normalized for people to just fucking don't even give a shit about it, right? Because a lot of people, they constantly want to stare, and like especially like men, like be like guys always just want to stare at an automatically like naked woman, right? So obviously there's a lot of girls that are scared to just like take off their tops and go swimming or whatever, right? And that's society's fault for like teaching that,
also,
right?
Yeah.
And mainstream media for pushing it. I believe it should be changed.
Yeah, and being covered up all the time as well makes it really strange, or how do I say it? Like if we were naked more, we wouldn't be sexualizing bodies so much, because when it's hidden, there's reason to sexualize it more. Versus like if it's really normal, you're not going to start looking at every naked person's body as like sexual, because literally people are naked so often, you know, like there's a lot of other cultures that are naked all the time, and it's not like they're like, it's not
like a sexual thing.
No. Yeah.
It's very much just like, that's just how they live, that's just how they are, that's what they choose to do. It's
just your body. And we all have it.
Exactly. It's like it's like good for them, like they've managed to figure it out, right? It's just as a whole for like society and cities, and especially Toronto, you know, like I feel like should be fucking normal to be naked, shouldn't be sexualized like every single fucking day, like how it is, you know. Like I am honestly upset whenever someone's like automatic comments on a picture of someone just like barely wearing clothes is just gonna be like, oh my god, oh you're so fucking like mommy, oh. And it's just like like fuck, they didn't ask for it. No. Right? They never like asked to be sexualized, right? Like fucking
respect them. Yeah.
It's gross.
I mean,
it's gross to me.
I can understand like being topless, I feel in Toronto in the city should be like totally okay. I can understand not wanting like everyone's naked ass or like vagina or like penis wanting to be on like public surfaces. So, you know, like maybe wear pants when you're in the city. If you were somewhere like here where there's a lot of like, there's like this household, there's a lot of nature, and like you're sitting on the grass and like, you know, like, you know, spread your juices, whatever. But like when you're on like a public bus, you know, maybe you like shouldn't be sitting bottom nude on the seat.
Yeah. You probably should. I mean, I dodged the seats that automatically have like a grease stain or like a stain that looks like it's been they've tried to clean it, right? Because everything around the stain is like super clean, but the stain itself is like still fucking like there. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh my god,
what was that?
Didn't work to clean this. It's like
what? How did that? Like what is? Yeah.
It was like some sort of acidic sweat. You know, like what the fuck? It's gross.
This person's been drinking a lot of pop or something like that. I feel like that can create some toxic sweat, you know.
Acid sweat.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked at McDonald's, can you believe I worked at McDonald's? We called the Sprite like battery acid. It's just so like spicy or something. It's not spicy. Like I like
McDonald's Sprite is one of the most coveted drinks in the fast food world. I remember going on Twitter one day and being so shocked to find out how many people truly love fountain drink McDonald's Sprite.
Dude.
And not gonna lie, every single time I've had McDonald's Sprite after, I'm just like, yeah, it is exactly how people describe it on Twitter.
It's so crazy. Like, yeah. My friend would Uber Eats from McDonald's just to get Sprite. Only Sprite.
That's fucked up. Just get a cup of Sprite.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why don't you just go to a convenience store or something? And it's like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I gotta break my back.
I'm gonna join you. Yeah.
Back break. Oh my god. Are you okay? Did you die? Are you dead?
Okay.
Do you have a will?
Ow. Damn.
You okay?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Let me see. How long have we been going at it over here? Ooh. An hour and 30. Doesn't even feel like it.
Is that long or
Can you
short
believe
or?
that? No, it's like pretty much the average like amount for a podcast. But whenever someone thinks about like talking for like an hour straight, they're just thinking like, oh my god, how can someone do that?
Really? Do you think
Right?
that?
I can't even talk for 10 minutes, right? But I don't think a lot of people like think to themselves like how long they've been talking for, because time flies by when you're talking to someone.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever I have to do these podcast episodes, I'm never thinking in my head like, oh, it must be an hour in at this point, right?
Yeah,
I
no.
just feel like, I'm lost in the conversation.
That's good. So it's good. Yeah, like I mean, I don't hop into a conversation being like, "Oh, I'm nervous to talk for so long." It's communication. It's good.
Yeah, you just pick up where you left off, because I feel like you're very special in that way, where it's like I won't talk to you for like a massive period of time,
Like 6
right?
months.
Like not even like literally not even like the first time we ever met. It was at a party, right? And from that night up until like literally perhaps a fucking year like had passed, and then you just shoot me a text and you're just like, you want to hang out? And I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then we just hang out, and it's like no time has passed whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like that's the best type of conversation and friendship and relationship to have, just with someone where it's like no time has passed whatsoever since the last we spoke, and it's still special in its own way. Yeah. Right.
That's the best kind of relationships. You can't always be on top of like every single person you like and want to like, it's hard. There's so many things going on in your life, and there's like people who are immediately closer to you as well that maybe you need to give your attention to more, or like, family members or like people who live closer to you. And but when you still reach out once in a while to those people, and you both make that time for each other, and also you both just like get back into it. I love that. It's so nice. Like I want to check in. I want to know how you're doing. I think about you once in a while, and like not honestly, like I think about not once in a while sounds bad, I feel.
No. Whenever someone thinks about a person, it's special in its own way, right? Doesn't matter how often you think about it. I mean, a lot of people, like when I had a crush on Claire, right? She was all that was on my mind, like constantly, right?
Yeah.
And that in that sense, it's like special, right? But even when you think about one person that you haven't thought of in a long time, and you just think about them in that moment right there is still special.
Definitely.
Right? Whether or not you tell them.
Yeah.
You're just thinking like, wow, they just popped into my head. It's good to think about them, right?
I've been thinking about you. Sorry. Interrupting. You're like, please go on.
I'm blushing. Oh my god.
I've been thinking about you a lot the past month, and I've been wanting to reach out to you, and like I didn't feel like I had the right moment to like go in and be like continue this conversation because I wanted to, and then you reached out to me, and I was just like, wow, okay, the universe provided this time. It was really great. Great.
Sometimes you just need to wait for the right moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's very much just because you're honestly a very amazing human being.
You too. You keep saying these things. Yeah. You too.
You're the type of person where I'm never afraid to really reach out, like at any given time. Doesn't matter if like 20 years have passed or literally barely a minute has passed. Like I can always just be like, hey, what's up? Hi.
How are the kids?
Like I've
How's
responded
the wife?
to your story.
How's the job?
It's like, did you retire yet? Oh my god. But like, you know, it's always nice whenever I think about you, I just go on your story and I see what's like going on in your life, and I'm just like, holy fuck, they're living it, right? And sometimes I just don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Right. There have been so many times where I've just wanted to like talk to you and like text you, but I'm just like, I think in my head like they are doing something right now, and I'm gonna leave them to do that because they're probably having a great time. Not to say that I wouldn't provide an amazing time if I talk to them, but I'm just thinking in my head, it's just like, you know what? Like they're living their life, I'm living my own. You know, I'll wait for the good time to like talk to them.
That's
right?
really sweet, yeah.
Which is this wonderful episode.
Yes.
Right here.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. You asked me like a long while back about it.
Yeah, months ago.
Yeah.
Because like even when I was like first starting it out, I was just trying to get an episode guest list slated and just going like, okay, who would actually want to be on the podcast?
Yeah.
And who would be awesome to talk to on the podcast? And then immediately when I was making that list, I was just like, oh, Charlie.
Oh.
Charlie for fucking sure.
Yay.
You know, there's no one else on earth where we would talk about the complex intricacies of life and networks and relationships of all living beings, and then 20 minutes later talk about ripping ass. Like it's just like there's no other person I could ever really think about to do that with. But it's fucking great. It's nice. What's it? I do believe that I have to go though and sleep.
Yeah.
Because I've had a very long, unproductive day. Oh, I made beef Wellington for the first time. That's my little task that I've done today.
Beef Wellington.
Like it's one of those like coveted. I say the word coveted a lot. It gets a lot of coveting things in here, but it's just like it's this recipe. It's very luxurious, rich, kind of like professional chefs are the ones that do it. Gordon Ramsay has his very own recipe for it, and it's 37 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
And it's just like, holy fuck. And then I decided to do it for the first time ever because I'm always looking for a new cooking challenge. And then I made it, and it was pretty good. It was nice.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
It's basically, it's like puff pastry wrapped up in, or a roast beef wrapped up in puff pastry, and then like with a mushroom duxelle, which is like a mushroom paste lined with prosciutto and mushroom risotto on the side, and you know.
You'll have to make
whatever.
me a vegetarian version sometime.
I can perfectly make a vegetarian version of beef Wellington. As I was making it, I was just like, oh, this could probably be turned vegan very, very easily.
Anything can. I'm telling you, anything can. It's insane. Anything.
That's what my mom has taught me.
Yeah.
My mom has taught me the importance of just turning anything, any food, all of my favorite Filipino foods ever, which I can never think like, oh, you have to make it with chicken. You have to make it with pork, right?
The times I've been at your mom's and she's making vegan nachos, It's always vegan nachos.
It's the most simple thing, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Like,
I love
guacamole in and of itself is vegan, right?
Yeah.
And salsa,
guacamole.
same thing. And the cheese is just like something that adds a little textural difference to nachos. When you really think about it, cheese is just something to layer on top of the nachos and kind of forget that you're eating.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you'll be like, wow, it's so cheesy, right? But it's very much just a textural thing. You close your eyes and you eat vegan nachos and it's like, oh, this tastes like nachos. So
yeah. I love...
You can turn anything.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
What?
I was going to say I love that
Did you fart?
No, I was apologizing for interrupting you.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay. Don't worry.
But I was going to say I love that you've had that influence in your life of your mom, like, teaching you those things and being like, yeah, you know, the vegan influence. Love that.
Of course. I very much appreciate it.
Pardon?
I very much appreciate it.
Yeah. There's sometimes a bad association with the word vegan, which is why I feel like it's better to say just plant-based, because people see that less negatively for some reason. Anyways,
yeah.
There's more we could talk about, but I know we both have to get to bed, so.
Yeah, I know. It's very late.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy that I had this talk with you, because you're an absolute fucking blast. You always make me grin ear to ear. It's wonderful. You're just a very amazing person. Please, if you guys always just follow the person that I always talk to on this podcast, but genuinely give Charlie a look on her Instagram. She's fucking absolutely wonderful. It's a very calming, chunk of life that I feel a lot of people can really benefit from, especially in these horrible times.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, we're all gonna die. But thank you so much for being on this podcast. And do you have any last words you would like to pass on to the Cool Kids audience?
Sure. Definitely. I said we're all gonna die, but don't let that be discouraging, because it's beautiful that we're here and there's so much beauty around us, and you gotta live it and you gotta learn it. And then also, you were asking about how I'm here in this volunteering experience working on a farm, and you're saying lots of other people, they think about how maybe this is what they'd want to be doing. This is a great opportunity. What I'm doing now, I'm volunteering here. I get all my meals, I get all accommodations, so I have a roof over my head, I have meals, I pay for absolutely nothing, and I just work for these people. And they're so nice. I get to be a part of their family, do extra things with them. They paid for the ecstatic dance. They brought me to other things, activities. And so yeah, if you do want to find these opportunities, look at WWOOF, which is a website, WWOOF, and also Workaway is another good one. So if you're thinking about doing this, I really recommend it. Really, really, really. And look into permaculture. Look into permaculture and polyculture and organic farming. Learn where your food comes from, because so many people don't know where their food, water, shelter, all these things come from. It's the fundamentals of life. Yes. And also, absolutely I love amazing. You. I also love you. I love you, Cam, so much. You're so great.
I love you so much, Charlie. Thank you so much. Give a little peace and love to the Cool Kids audience out there.
Peace and love.
Have a good day wherever you are. All right.
Okay.